I'm your host, Patrick Murphy, and this is On Track. Welcome to On Track. I'm your host, Patrick Murphy. Joining us today is SugarStill. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So what have you guys been up to since the last time you were here?
Well, the van broke down in Wyoming. We had to get a new van after being stuck for a week in Wyoming.
We saw alligators in Florida.
We saw alligators in Florida. And we saw the Spam Museum of the USA.
Yes,
Okay.
Austin, Minnesota, the capital of Spam.
If you're looking for something to do on your spring break, you know, the Spam Museum is always
They
there.
got this cool little train that runs around the wall all the way around the whole museum carrying cans of Spam, and they have like monuments to Spam. It's actually pretty awesome. And you can fill up. You can bring Spam home with you too. So Austin, Minnesota, for sure.
Wow, there you go. So as a reminder for everyone who hasn't seen you guys around in a bit, what's your music background? You know, how'd you guys start?
I grew up with classical violin training, and then throughout high school I started to fiddle, and then once I got out of college, where I was also studying classically, I joined a bunch of bands, and then I joined this band, and he stole me away from all the other bands.
I did. And I started, singing in the car. We traveled a lot, and my family would sing in the camper. We had campers. We hit all 48 states before I was 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then one time we were down in the Smoky Mountains, Tennessee, and on the way back we stopped at this thing called the Renfro Valley Barn Dance, and I fell in love with 5-string banjo and gospel harmonies and stuff like that. And that's where I kind of got started when I was about 11, 12 years old.
So for each of you, at what point in your life did you know that music is something that you wanted to do? Was there a certain time or instance?
I think the first time I got paid to play music, I was about 14 or 15. And when I learned you could really get paid for it, I was like, yeah, I'll do this, all right. So I really haven't done anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I was 13 when I decided I wanted to be in music, and I've been in it ever since. So
Okay.
it's been great.
So what was it like for you guys starting off? You know, when you guys were relatively new to this whole thing, what was it like?
You mean as a band?
Yeah.
We really hit the ground running. The first time we ever played together was at an open mic, and we got booked out of that open mic. And ever since then, Charlie was like, hey, do you mind if I book? And I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then he booked 10 shows or something, so we've just been going.
We've always been real DIY, booking our own shows, and once I showed her how I did what I did, she is a much better booker than me now. So it's like it's been a real good tag team to stay busy, because now we're doing 140 shows a year and booking them all by ourselves, and it's good to stay busy.
Yeah.
So can you give us a brief introduction to the first song we're going to hear from you called Love You Madly?
Love You Madly. This was one of these songs from this February. We did this songwriting thing called February Album Writing Month. We had to write 14 songs in 28 days. And Charlie was just cranking out lyrics like mad.
Yeah.
And he sent me this one, and I absolutely fell in love with it, so I put the music to it. And we just have so much fun playing it just from the very start.
Yeah,
Can't get enough
brand
of
new though. Just wrote it in February, and really this is the first performance. So.
All right, cool. Let's have a listen to Love You Madly.
You can make an alligator sing, set a man on fire on a swing, make your love yell, your middle name and love you madly. You can get a quiet girl to moan, a young mom to leave her kids at home, get a boy to lock his bedroom door and love you madly. You said that I could run beside you, change and move through space while you worked on your fears and I worked on mine together. Baby, will I ever love you madly? I love you madly. I love you madly. I'll hold down the bottom and you soar through the sky and come back, land by me again. Let's run, how I love you madly. You can make a granny cane sway, make you guys blow the world away, set a crater on its ear by saying, hey, I love you madly. What's a girl like me to do? I'm a quivering wreck next to you. Can't wait to see tomorrow true, 'cause I love you madly. You said that I could run beside you, change and more through space while you worked on your fears and I worked on mine together. Baby, will I ever love you madly? I love you madly. I love you madly. I believe in laughter, joy, and bliss. I believe in you and me and this. I believe in sex and pain and lust, and I believe in love. I watched a blue sky drown in rain. How could it start from love and grow into pain? Rain takes life, but it gives anew. I don't want the rain, I just want you. I believe in laughter, joy, and bliss. I believe in you and me and this. I believe in sex and pain and lust, and I believe in love. I love you madly. I love you madly. I love you madly. You said that I could run beside you, change and morph through space while you worked on your fears and I worked on mine together. Baby, will I ever love you madly? I love you madly. I love you madly. You said that I could run beside you, change and morph through space while you worked on your fears and I worked on mine together. Baby, will I ever love you madly? I love you madly. I love you madly.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to On Track. I'm your host, Patrick Murphy. With us today is SugarStill. So, how have you guys changed as a group? You know, what's changed with your music writing process, that kind of thing?
We've really gone through a bunch of different incarnations as far as process is concerned. I think the one that made the biggest impression was the one from this February where Charlie was cranking out lyrics and I put the music to it, which is really the opposite of how we usually work. And it's been super fun. So I could see doing this for at least the rest of this year.
Yeah, the February Album Writing Month challenge online is people all over the world, and I've been in it for 10 or 12 years. And I lost my voice this year, so I couldn't sing, and I just felt like bereft, like how am I going to do this? And people all over the country, all over the world actually, said, hey, if you write a lyric for me, I'll be your voice this month. And I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, you know, and it was so awesome just to write lyrics for people, and then they made them come true. And Sarah did that with 2 of the songs that we did this year.
So you guys find it easy to stay original to your own music that you come up with? Do you guys have any other influences or anything?
I feel very, very influenced by. I've been listening to a lot of current music, which is new for me. I usually stay like, no, nothing but like classic rock and like classical music. That's all I like. And now I've been listening to a lot of current stuff. Like, I've really been listening to a lot of St. Vincent, who I adore. Her writing, her sounds, just everything. So I think she's had a big influence on me lately.
Yeah, I've got a pretty wide palette, but I've always liked vocal groups, you know, just like 60s vocal groups like the Mamas and the Papas and stuff. They're doing 4-part has always been the thing that was really exciting for me. But, you know, we've been moving into a more of an electric phase and more groove.
Okay.
When we started off, we were real lyric based, and now we're sort of moving more into more, I don't know, just sort of dancey groove and feel.
Yeah, and with his voice being how it is, like the fact that I don't have a singing partner right now.
Yeah.
So I have to like be lead is very new for me.
This is very cool.
And it's a big change, you know, in presentation. And but it's been a good challenge.
And we're playing with new instruments now. You know, I'm playing electric guitar now, which is real different, and the beatbox and stuff like that. And we're experimenting with a lot of stuff in the labs. You know,
Oh, yeah.
So it's very
Lots of explosions.
new. It's all pretty new.
So we're gonna have another listen to your song here in a couple minutes. So can you introduce your song "Lay Low" for us? Talk about that a little bit.
Lay Low. Lay Low is about coming out. Really, it's about like that first day of spring where you don't need a giant coat outside. And I just remember, because I'm from California, and I remember the first winter here was real hard and real long. And that first day where the sun is shining, it's like 50 degrees, was like, I almost never felt that happy before. So that's pretty much what this song is about. Take that and like put a reggae beat with it, and there you go.
There you go.
All right. Okay, let's have a listen to your next couple songs.
Lying in the mud, full of beer and antifreeze. Holidays are done. I don't need to breathe. From when it goes October to the last April snow, only thing we know at its peak, while we sleep, waiting for the melt to come through. I dig down beneath where I'll lay low for a few. Shopped for summer in the ice, found last year's bitter leaves, sponge cells dried up with warmer memories. From when it goes October to the last April snow, only thing we know at its I dig down beneath where I'll lay low for refuge. Where I'll lay low for refuge. I'm attracted to talent and ambition. Man on a mission, woman on fire. Turned on by a foot on a pedal, metal on metal, flush to the floor. Let's live some life. Aim the barrel of the whiskey pistol at my temple. Sharpen the knife. Press my chest to the table. Do what you're able. She's just your wife. There's more to pain than a heart in a sling. I'll put up with the short or the shallow. I'll still swallow if there's sparks in your eyes. Ride a long road if you'll match me. This itch needs scratching way down inside. Let's live some life. Aim the barrel of the whiskey pistol at my temple. Sharpen the knife. Press my chest to the table. Do what you're able. She's just your wife. There's more to pain than a heart in a sling. You tied 10 lines. You tried 10 times. She cried. Let's live some life. Aim the barrel of the whiskey pistol at my temple. Sharpen the knife. Press my chest to the table. Do what you're able. She's just your wife. There's more to pain than a heart in a sling. There's more to pain than a heart in a sling.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back to On Track. I'm your host, Patrick Murphy. With us today is SugarStill. So you guys travel a lot. You got to have some good stories from when you were on the road. You have one for us?
Yeah, last year we played a really cool festival up in Ten Sleep, Wyoming. It's up in the mountains. It's at like 7,000 or 8,000 feet. It's pretty high up there.
It's called the No Woodstock Festival.
No Woodstock.
We're playing again this year. You guys should all come.
Yeah, they invited us back, so it's like August 8th and 9th or something like that. We played both mornings, Saturday and Sunday morning. So anyways, we were driving up there, and we were driving along the plateau at about 7,000 feet, up the mountain from like Denver.
Yeah.
We're going through, and I'm driving along, and there's a prairie dog in the middle of the road up ahead, and I'm like, and he just stands up, and looks like right at the van.
The speed limit in Wyoming is 80.
Yeah,
by
see, now
the
that's
way.
the problem. It's like when you're going 80, I'm like, well, I can't hit him. I start to edge away, but I'm going 80, and the car goes, and I'm like, wow. And she's, of course, laying in the back sleeping, and she's like, wow.
All the guitars fell over on me.
And I'm like, I'm good, we're okay, I'm like, and we pull over, and she starts to drive. We drive about another 20, 30 miles, and the hubcap pops off, and I look out the side, and it's like smoke coming out of and I had broken an axle.
Wow.
Like an axle casing or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, pull over. So she pulls over. They come and pick us. We call the wrecker.
We were playing at a distillery.
Yeah.
And we called them. We're like 10 miles away.
We're 12 miles. We can't
And
get
one
there,
of them
though.
came to pick us up with all of our stuff
Yeah, in her SUV.
on the side of the highway.
It's like one of the co-owners. She puts all her gear into her SUV. She takes me to the venue. I set up all the gear. Sarah goes with the tow truck, and they take the van in. She rents another van, sweet van.
2016 Dodge Caravan. Nicest car I will have ever driven
Yeah,
in
it's
my
probably
life.
the nicest car we've ever had. But we made the gig.
Okay.
We didn't miss a gig, and then we the next day we went up to the festival with the sweet van. And put all our stuff into the sweet van. And then we ended up getting stuck in Wyoming for a week.
Yeah, the moral of the story being hit the prairie dog.
Yeah.
There are plenty of them.
Yeah, it's the first thing we were like calling all the dealerships, like, can you get us a van? The first thing the guy says, what happened? And I'm like, well, a prairie dog came out and I swerved. And he's like, oh yeah, first thing we know to do is you never swerve, just run them over.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I know.
So really quick, where can we find you online if we want to hear more of you?
SugarStill.com.
Right.
We're pretty easy to find.
Okay.
And it's got our YouTube and our Facebook and all that stuff on there too, so you can see videos and hear songs and download our albums.
And you got a couple of tours coming up, right? Yeah.
We do. We're hitting a bunch of festivals for the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Chicago,
a bunch of craft
Schaumburg.
breweries. Yeah, we'll be at the Prairie Arts Festival in Schaumburg
Yeah.
at the end of May.
Okay.
Playing,
And the Taste of Randolph Street in Chicago.
we're playing at a place called Detroit Lakes way up in northern Minnesota. Then we're going all the way across the UP and playing in upstate New York.
Yeah.
And then we come back out for a couple of weeks again in the Midwest. And then we're going to New Mexico and up to Wyoming again for the festival. And no prairie dogs.
No prairie dogs. We're going to spray the
We're
van
gonna
with
kill 'em
prairie dog
all.
repellent.
Kill all our prairie
All
dogs.
right. Okay, well, let's have a listen to your last song for us.
Awesome.
All right.
My mother taught me how to write, documenting my whole life. When she left, I told my father to throw away her archives. Cut the bindings, cut the cables, sit there's dinner at the table. Talk together, clean your plates. The clock has changed, but things can wait. That week I woke alone by the ocean where my bones saw the mountains in her eyes, reflecting her ambition. Cut the bindings, cut the cables, sit there's dinner at the table. Talk together, clean your plates. The clock has changed, but things can wait. and stare. 100 variations, 1,000 miles today. I have no destination. The monuments are left behind, anchors gone that shape my mind, drifting in a weightless state, what penance I can find, what penance I can find. Cut the bindings, cut the cables, if there's dinner at the table, talk together, clean your plates. The clock has changed, but things can wait.
Thanks for watching On Track. I'm your host, Patrick Murphy, and a special thanks to SugarStill. We'll see you next time.